can a SSAS purchase a percentage of a commercial property? Yes is the very short answer to that. If you've got money in SSAS, having set one up under your trading limited company, and perhaps you already own a commercial property in, say, your company or personally, but don't yet have sufficient funds to buy all of the property, then there is absolutely no problem at all with the SSAS buying a smaller percentage. This actually potentially would be very helpful, because this may allow you to recycle funds. So if we take an example where you've set up the SSAS under your company, and let us say you've, with transfers from existing pensions and contributions that you're able to put in, let us say you've put £100,000 into the SSAS, got some tax relief on the way, hopefully, which is all very nice. But let's say your property that you hold in the company is worth £300,000. I'm going to assume for this particular example that the property is unencumbered, so has no debt on it. So you can see what you could do with the SSAS. Could approach the company and says, we want to buy, in this case, a third of the value of the property, valued at 300. We've got 100 in our SSAS. The company will obviously sell a third of the property to the SSAS. That sale will be subject to a full valuation by an RCS Surveyor. And obviously, he will also give us a rental value as well for the property. Because the SSAS is buying a third of the property, we would have to have a lease drawn up with the company, and whatever the rental value the valuer has indicated, and clearly if we're buying a third, then we will have to pay, or the company will have to pay, 1/3 of that rental value across to the SSAS. But obviously that puts more funds back into the SSAS. However, if you think about this particular example, the SSAS has just sent £100,000 of cash up to the company to purchase 1/3 of the share of the property. Suddenly, the company is in funds, so to speak. That is when we could then come back and look at, do the directors, for example, have unused pension contribution allowances? So if they did, and we can just work all those figures out, then potentially the company could then make another contribution to the SSAS using the funds that it's received from the third sale of the share of the property. That puts another £100,000 back into the SSAS. Company receiving yet more tax relief on that contribution. The SSAS now has another £100,000 with which to buy another third share of the property, and the whole cycle goes on again. So we buy another third share, so the SSAS then owns 2/3, and that 100,000 recycles back up to the SSAS again. Yet again, can the company make more contributions for the directors? Might be you have to wait a tax year or two, but we can work that out for you. But yet again, you can use the same money as contribution, getting a further dose of tax relief, and we eventually buy the last share of the property. So the whole of the property has dropped into the SSAS, and we've used the same money 3 times over and had tax relief on at least 2/3 of it as it's gone round. So you see, this is a very clever way of potentially dropping commercial property into the SSAS that you already own. The rent would now be payable to the SSAS, so that full rent eventually would become payable to the SSAS, that full rent being a tax deductible expense. So you've now got the £300,000 property into the SSAS with the full rent coming in, therefore allowing you to grow your SSAS for the future. And don't forget, once that property is in the SSAS, it is now exempt from capital gains tax, and it is exempt from inheritance tax. One other important thing to say is if you do have a trading company that is holding commercial property and it is of high value, there is always an issue that your assets on the balance sheet, if they are held on the balance sheet of the company, there is a possibility you run the risk of your trading company becoming an investment company. Definitely something to speak to your accountant about, but getting into SSAS makes total 100% sense. You should do it tomorrow. We'd love to hear from you. In what circumstances might this opportunity appeal to you? please leave a comment below.
Book a call with us via the link in the description below. If on a mobile device, simply hit the More button under the video title and pick a convenient time to speak. Feel free to share this video with others that may benefit on WhatsApp or in other online groups or channels. Like, subscribe and hit the notification bell for lots more SaaS related content, and leave a comment if you found this video helpful. For more, visit onecrownpensions.com.